Looks like I'm doing wax on, wax off. Kitty's back here in her bed. You can't really see her. Today was dentist day. I got a fake tooth on here now. It's plastic. It was like $960. Was it over? It was, no, 40, 60, yeah, 940. So I got 60 back because I gave them $1,000 cash. But that was with like $100 discount because I paid cash because it was like 1,048, and I got $100. It was expensive. I go back on March 3rd to get the real one put in, and the numbness is pretty much well gone now, and my gums just are hurting and throbbing from where they put all the needle, inside needle. So it's a little tender. It's a little tender in there. But it's done. And he only had to do a local just around the tooth, because the last time we tried the local around the tooth, and he kept hitting spots that made me hurt, and so they did the whole block where they do the whole jaw. But this time the local did its job. I'm glad they didn't have to do the whole block, because you can't feel nothing. Like your tongue, it just, the local's much better. And then after we got done there, I went and had lunch. I went to Jay's and Niles for Wing Wednesday. I haven't been inside a restaurant in Michigan in a long time. And I haven't had wings in an even longer time. So Dad and I went and had some wings, and we just got home and got done doing some work. Had some work orders to put in and some pickups to take care of. And Dad gave me my bill for my van. That was $650, $648 exactly. So yeah, Kitty Mom's been spending money. She passed out. She don't care. She has not a care in the world right now. Until her treats run out. Her treats are getting very low. I have them on my list. I'm hoping one day early next week we can get over to Sam's Club or Costco, because our list is getting large. We haven't gone in a long time. So I'd like to go there. And this morning, it was 6 degrees when we left this morning. I don't know what the wind chill factor was, but it was cold. And I had to go to the bank, to the drive-thru, to get funds out. And my window got up, and it did not, the last, like this much of it was like, nope. So I'd wait a few minutes, and then I'd hit it again, and it'd go up a little bit more. And then I'd wait as we were driving down the road, and I'd try it again, go up a little bit more. And then finally, when it got sealed, I'm like, oh, thank you. No more putting the window down. Because I was supposed to make a deposit at my bank for business. I said, Dad, I can't do it because my window's not going to go back up. So he's off doing that now, actually. So yes, this went pretty decently today. There was a new girl there. She's from a dentist across the street. She's there to help out for this week because Dr. Mike, my dentist, needed help, and they're friends over there, so they kind of help back and forth. So I'm like, I don't know you. Her name was Randy. Very nice. And I said, does the woman who lost her husband, does she still work here? She's like, yeah, but she's off this week. That's why I'm here helping out. I said, oh. She goes, that was just her. There's a woman, I can't remember her first name. She's from Bangalore, Bangladesh. I get them confused, one of those two. But her husband was a doctor, Dr. Johnson, and that was his practice before Dr. Mike took over. Dr. Mike bought Dr. Johnson out because Dr. Johnson had a stroke, but he got better and he's feeling good. And apparently he went in to have a routine surgery to get kidney stone out. But when they went in there, they nicked a something got nicked inside that shouldn't have, and things happened, and he died suddenly. She said it was crazy. It was not expected. It was just one of those, you're supposed to go in for surgery, then go home that day, and you're gone. So, but that lady will be back next week. She's very sweet, because she's usually always the one that assist the doctor with me every time I'm gone. And another girl, I didn't see her there. I think she's off this week. They must have 2 people off this week. That's why they needed help. And then I met someone who just hired in there, a new lady who did my numbing. She was very nice. She had a name I cannot say. It's a very unusual name. It's from the Bible. Cannot remember what it is. I said, you never found anything with your name on it as a kid growing up, did you? She goes, nope. Our dad would put our names on things. So maybe her siblings also have unusual biblical names. I don't know. But that's it. I'm tired today because I didn't sleep well last night. I had my alarm set, but then I kept waking up to check it from like 2:30 on. I would look. I'm like, oh yeah, I can still sleep for a while. Then I'd look, and I'm like, I hate that. I hate when you know you have to be up by a certain time, so then your body's like, nope, you're gonna miss it. Nope, you need to stay awake. So yeah. Tonight, I need to eat my leftover pork chop. But I will say, after not having fried food for a while, going to have wings and French fries, I was glad to get home because it went right through the body. But I don't care. I regret nothing. I regret nothing. What else do I have for you? Anything? Kitty, do you have any story? You have an eyeball looking at me. I see your eyeball. Oh, then she shuts her eyeball like, no, you don't. I just ate a couple of my candies from my R2-D2 heart. Thank you so much again, Missy. I gotta remember, I can't have any kind of gum or like taffy type consistencies because it'll pull that thing right out of there. It's got to stay there to the 3rd of March. My little plastic tooth. Yeah, the girl who was helping from across the street, she was getting the temporary on there. She goes, I know it's taking me a little longer than normal to get this on here, right? She kept having to whittle on it, so it would. Because the first few times that she put it in, I bit down. I'm like, nope, that ain't right. It was too tall. She said, yeah, I'm not used to doing this because over where at our dentist, we don't put temporaries on because they have a thing that makes them there. So I said, just do what you got to do, whittle it down. It took us like 4 or 5 tries of biting on it to see. Then she put it in again, and I'm like, hey, it feels good this time. So then she slapped the glue stuff in there, and I had her finger like, her finger was stuck in my mouth for a while. Then she got me some cotton and said, bite really hard. So I'm like, but it's staying in. I'm hoping weather stays decent. If it's bitter cold, I probably won't go to the pool, but I really want to go to the pool on Friday. But next week's supposed to be in the 30s. That'll be like bikini weather compared to what we've been having. I feel sorry for all those people down south who don't know how to deal with all this. All the houses that have lost power and pipes are bursting, and oh, it's crazy. So one of the people I watch, Katie Graham, they had to have their poor doggy put to sleep on Valentine's Day, and then the car breaks down, so they had to abandon their car and go walk home. And then all this bad weather come, then they lost power, so then friends came and rescued them and took them to their apartment, and now that apartment has lost power and water. I feel so bad for all the people down there. You see the lines at the stores. It's crazy. You know, we're used to dealing with it here. They are not used to dealing with it there. They don't know how. I just went brain dead for like 2 seconds there. My brain just totally shut down. Totally off. I don't know what else to say. This is going to be a one take. Just sit at my desk because I don't want to clip them together. I just want to do one smooth take and say, hey, which will probably be what I'll load tomorrow, since I turned mine on this morning that I uploaded last night from yesterday. But there aren't any big plans really coming up. Nothing's happening. You know, this is probably the longest stretch in many years, for the last year or so, where we haven't been able to have anybody come to visit. It's the longest time we've gone. But you know, world's crazy and I understand it, but it's just strange. Like Jack, I miss my Jack. He just had a birthday the other day too. And their zoo's getting bigger. Now they have 10 fur babies. Cute though. Cute little turd. A little. They got a new little Pomeranian. Oh, so cute. Originally they named him Edgar, but now his name is Poe. Poe, right? P-O, Poe. They have a bunch of cute little fur babies. My fur baby's cute too, though. That's about all I got for you. I got a lot. I got a lot. Between the weather and when I got to the dentist this morning, I'm like, I haven't been out of the house in 2 weeks, and you're the people I have to come to see when I finally get out of the house. Not impressed with the situation. But it was actually nice to not be in the house after not leaving the house for 2 weeks. And my van sounded so nice when I started it up. You could tell, oh, it's so quiet again, because it was getting like, you could tell something was happening with the exhaust. Apparently they had to replace my oil pan because that was getting rusted out. They did a lot of things to my van. But it should do me for a while. I wish the parts would have came quicker. But they're here now and they're on it. That's all that matters. Here in a week or two, it'll have been 2 years I got Dad his vehicle. For those of you who don't know and are new to my channel, 2 years ago I bought my dad a GMC Terrain. He had no idea. I bought it behind his back, paid cash. Actually, he works for the little dealer in town. They went and picked us up at an auction for our dealer and brought it for the lot. Well, then I immediately called him. My dad always kept saying, man, those Terrains, every time I go pick up a Terrain, it's so comfortable. Because his car was getting a little bit low for him to get into and harder for him. And he always said, the Terrain's at a perfect level. I don't have to get down in it or up in it. It's just right where I need the seat to be. So I went behind his back and I called and I made a deal, and I got my money gathered. I had saved a bunch of money, and I got the money I needed for it. And I went up and had to make a check out to the dealer, and then me and Dad went out and did errands one day, and then when we came home it was parked in the driveway backed up against the back garage, and he had no idea. And did I ever think I'd ever be able to do that for my dad? No, but I was so happy I was able to, though. And he loves that vehicle. I can't believe he's had it for 2 years already. There's a video when I showed it to him. I just told somebody it was about late February 2019. I think I was getting a haircut and dad surprise. I know the dad surprise words are in the title. So if you search Dreamer72 Femme, haircut and dad surprise, maybe you'll find it. I don't know. But speaking of haircuts, I'm getting fluffy. Alright. I'm gonna shut up now. I'll see you all later. Bye.